Hello and welcome back to Yorkshire Railway and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be making a bit more head start on the layout. I've got a few things that I need to finish off and yeah, we're going to get to doing that. So first let's start with my plans for the rest of the build. So with the build, we're going to be finishing off the downstairs, or the downstairs lower end of the level, so that will be straight across there and go right across there, as well as we're going to be doing the depot area. Go straight out there. I'm going to be basically finishing off the boards for all those, as well as the structure. That way it might be a little bit more neat and tidy in here. So as you see, I've cleared out under there mostly already, and I'm going to basically get chopping that. I'll not show you that because I don't really want to get sawdust all over the camera, but it should be how it should be in the next shot. So here is where I've got with the boards. Somehow I must have missed a bit of calculations when I did it, but yeah, this one doesn't quite fit, but it will do for now, just to act as a storage area, because I won't be working down here in the fiddle yard for a while. And then this bit has a bit of a wonky cut here, just because this was a bit of off cut, because this board at its full length wasn't quite long enough. So I've used a bit of off cut there, but that doesn't matter, because it is just a fiddle yard at the end of the day. I could probably put some plaster bandage or something over the top of there just to seal that gap, but even so, I mean, it won't act anything different for the track. It's all level, so yeah. So yeah, I'm probably gonna need to get a new board for that eventually, but yeah, it's taking shape. Unfortunately, I've lost the light outside, so I haven't had chance to work on the goods yard, although the board is basically cut, but I haven't had a chance to do the supports, so I'll be doing that at a later date. But it's quite a nice little update so far, so yeah, I'm glad I'll be able to get some stuff down there, as well as I've just temporarily put this big support here, but I'll be doing something a bit similar to the design that I have for these, whereas you can see it basically goes down across the bottom and up the top, just a bit more rigid. But I've just put this here because it's quite a chunky piece of wood, and I've got another one to go at the other side. I just haven't put that in yet, but that will be in there just to give it a bit of stability, so I can actually use it as storage in the meantime till I get a chance to finish it off. But yeah, anyway, we'll move on to the next bit that I've got to show you. I've got my little helper here again, who has stolen some firewood. Being caught now. Happily gnaw on the end of that. Anyway, I have been down to Rails of Sheffield, and I've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 diamond crossings, as well as I've also got 2 pieces of Pico flexi-track, so that should help in the meantime. I've also purchased a Dremel, so I can get to work fixing the bits of track, but yeah, that should help the station area. So this is what the current loop is for the 3rd radius largest station. So as you can see, it goes through this point here, onto the 2nd radius, through this point, through that point, and round to where you can see the Azuma is currently docking until I fix up that bit there. And I've given the Azuma a run, and the main thing I've noticed, because the coupling's on it, as it comes round, it can go through here fine, and it can go through there, but I can find sometimes it, not all the time, but it does derail one of the coaches here. I'm thinking it's just because it's basically two S's, which trains hate. So I'm still thinking of basically including this point work here so that I can get second radius into the larger station. But what I'm thinking of doing is removing this point here and adding this diamond crossing, and then basically swapping that point to there, so that way they can still go through as such, because that train will be able to go there, this will be able to go into the second radius perfectly fine. I've had to move this from its current position that was over here where the other one was, because the Azuma as it comes around hits it, which wasn't very good. But once I've got it soldered underneath, that'll not be an issue because they'll all be going. But my plan is move this point here further back, so that would start here, so S to here, and then basically an opposite one here. So that way I can get trains onto the second radius and off of them simultaneously, which means this one won't be an issue that that's not there, if you're with me. And then I've added the diamond crossings, so as you can see the ones with the paint blobs are the second hand ones unfortunately, but they are in very good nick other than those paint blobs. If I can get that off, so you can see I've been able to connect them up, and that means that basically third radius can go right through to here. And I've also managed to connect up the second radius track, as you can see, so I can go over there, and that goes all the way round and round. So that's sort of the way the layout's sort of going to look. The only downside is, I'm not sure if the camera could pick it up very well, but can you see that there is some slight colour changing there in the track on the second radius? And that's because that is older track, which I didn't realise, because unfortunately I tried cutting corners. I bought some cheap track and it just basically turns out to be the old stuff, so it's steel track rather than silver and nickel, and therefore it has rusted a little bit. So I've just put it there just so I know where the layout is, but as you can see there is quite a bit of it on the second radius, which means the trains don't run very reliably at the minute, so I'm gonna have to replace all that. I'm just gonna get new track for it and bite the bullet. You know, in terms of the flexi track, it probably will stretch from that corner to that corner. Absolutely fine, but we'll get the station sorted first, and then we'll work on getting second radius working, because third is working fine, so we can have trains running in the meantime. All very exciting stuff. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you think this is a good idea, or do you think I should just leave it as it was before? Argue for or against in the comments. I'd love to know all your opinions. Do you think basically this bit's encroaching too much on having some scenic area here, or do you think yes, it's absolutely necessary because the whole point of this station is for the bigger trains such as the Azuma, and what's the point if I can't run them properly? So yeah, let me know in the comments down below. So I've just changed the track and we'll get the Azuma a little bit. It's stalling a little bit just because it's cold. There we go. It's a nice slow speed, as you can see, through. Let's see if there's any derailments this time. Nah, it seems a lot smoother. A lot smoother. So let me think, do you think that's a better solution? I certainly do. I'd like to hear your thoughts on you know, how the station is looking, and do you think that actually the station's getting a little bit too big? And if so, you know, send me some alternative designs how you would fix it. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. It does look fantastic. Running as zoomers. Anyway, that is everything from me today, guys. Take care, and I will see you in the next video. Bye from us.